You've officially started your online business. Congrats!
Woohoo!
Are you ready to juggle all of the different tasks?
Here are our hacks for managing a community and managing content creation as a solopreneur.
Before we dive into content creation, here are a few tips about community management that will really help you out.
As a digital creator, not only do you need to be focused on creating great content your community loves, you also need to keep up with what's happening in the comments and in the DMs. So, my first tip is to make life easier for yourself by setting up a social media schedule. Set some ground rules about when and how you'll respond to comments and messages in your inbox. Try dedicating 2 hours on a Monday afternoon to respond to comments left on posts you've shared on the weekends, or you can respond to comments every 2 days or so to allow the comments to stack up so you can go through them all at once. This leads me to tip number 2. If you've got a creator or business profile, use autoresponders in your direct message inboxes to program generic responses to frequently asked questions. That way, you save time having to come up with a new answer for the usual, how do I get a feature? And where can I find X? Kinds of questions. If you don't have access to automated responses, there's a quick hack for you too. Open up your Notes app and type out the answers to the most popular questions you receive. Then you can just copy and paste them whenever you need to.
Side note, setting scheduling boundaries is also an effective way to make sure that you're able to complete client work and be creative without neglecting your community. Once you've figured out the best day to reply to DMs or connect with your followers, choose a day specifically for creating content and then add a recurring out-of-office message to your calendar and let the world know that you won't be available for anything else on that day.
Now, let's get back to handling your social media and tip number 3. Make sure you schedule and properly tag the content you're posting. We like content schedules like Later and Planoly, which allow you to schedule photos, videos, and carousels alongside hashtags in the first comment for extra reach. The last thing you want to do is create amazing content that your audience doesn't interact with because you haven't been keeping them engaged on the app. So if you have an opportunity to add a content scheduler to your life, try it. Here's the most important tip that we have to share when you want to create content. Make a plan before your shoot. One of the biggest time wasters is going into a shoot without having a list of scenes or shots to capture. To avoid this trap, before your shoot, you're going to want to sit down and sketch out what you want the final version of the project to look like. If you're putting together a video for a client, what are all of the scenes you'll need to capture? Will there be any products involved? Will you have to say anything specific?
Basically, in this part of the production process, lists are your best friend.
Yeah.
Make a shot list with all the scenes you want to shoot, the products or items that you'll need, and the locations you'll need to visit or set up in. And be sure to include a breakdown of the content that you'll need to capture for different platforms during the same shoot. So for us at Black Foodie, I like to make sure that we capture the general shoot content, but also we're really big into the behind the scenes videos, the static photos, the content for Instagram Reels or TikTok, and horizontal photos for the website. Shoots can be so expensive, so you want to make sure you make the most out of them by capturing anything and everything with your phone and or camera. And then once you start your shoot, you want to make sure that you start the day early with natural light. Don't try to rush a project at night because unless you're in an expensive studio with professional lighting, the photos and videos just won't look the same and it won't look as good. Trust me on this one, earlier is always better. I like to also set up a timer for each section of the shoot list to help us stay focused on getting the shots we need. Of course, you can be flexible with adding extra time if you don't get everything within the 30 or 40 minutes, but I find that having that pressure of the deadline really makes you block out any distractions and just get to work. Throughout this series, we've been sharing our insights for growing, supporting, and managing your online community while staying sane, and I hope it's been interesting, but most importantly, helpful. I love talking with other creators about their journey, so I'm so happy to have had the opportunity to help all of you with building an audience like Black Foodie.
You're all set and ready to go. So good luck, creators. Thanks so much for tuning into the series. Hit the like button and let us know in the comments if you've enjoyed this series too. And of course, feel free to rewatch it as many times as you want. Bye.
Peace.